Second one is a Bootstrap widgets. So Bootstrap is also similar like the Angular material, where you have a library of the UI widgets that you can use. The look and feel is little different. It follows its more conventional theme. Bootstrap has been in the market since very long. It's a very prominent and the very dominant one since the inception of the web development. So it is there since long time, and it has very good UI elements and the widgets. But Bootstrap is specially famous for its grading system. So if you don't know what grading system is, grading system allows you to make your website responsive. So if I just take this example of this site, and if I just resize, I can see that the view that I'm seeing on the browser, it is changing depending on how I'm resizing. Like the Bootstrap widgets, this section is on the right, and if I reduce the size, I can see that it's going down. So this is called a responsiveness. So adapting your website as per the screen resolution and as per the window size of the browser, that means a responsiveness. So if you have to make your site responsive, you need to have some grading system, and the Bootstrap is very popular for its grading system. Then the Tailwind also has a rich set of the components. The Tailwind components are little modern looking, and they are very clean compared to Angular material and the Bootstrap, and it has its own grading system also. The factor which differentiate the Tailwind from the material and the Bootstrap is its idea to make everything like your to have a very less dependency on the CSS file. It has its agenda where it tells that you can write an entire application without leaving a single file. So there are so many classes present in the Tailwind library that you can just add into your HTML element, and it will add the CSS dynamically. This is the site where you can learn about the Bootstrap widgets, and we are going to set up the Bootstrap using the ng add. And ng add is a command which is Angular provides, and with this you can install the packages. So important thing, the source code of this entire demonstration I have provided in the description, so you can take it from there. And when I install it, you can see that ng module is a new entry that happened in my app module, and it has also updated the style.css to import the CSS file. So this is the beauty of the material and the Bootstrap. Whenever you do a setup through ng add, it automatically does that changes in your source code in your project file in your project base. But if you are doing that with the npm install, it won't be able to make these changes. So this is the additional benefit we get with the ng add. And this is where we have imported it. So there are multiple ways actually to set up Bootstrap. This is a one way where we just have set up it using Angular CLI with ng add. You can also do something like, which is very traditional and the naive approach. You can directly give a reference of the Bootstrap's CSS file in your index.html. That you can do either via CDN. CDN is not recommended because it relies on the internet, but I recommend to put them in the assets folder, and then you can refer it offline. So if you do an link ref, you will be able to use that also. But this is the more efficient way. You don't have to write or make your code unclean. So just importing the ng module, ngb module, sorry, in your app module, and then making a import in your style CSS is enough. After that, let's go to this example. If you want the source code, again, I'm telling the source code is present in the description, and this is a continuation of my last tutorial where I was explaining the setup of the material. You can watch that video of the setup of Angular material. So what we are going to do is we are going to extend that UI. This is the Bootstrap grading system. I have added one class. So basically Bootstrap has a 12 columns. So that's why I have provided a class SM6, because this SM indicates the screen size. So on the smaller devices, I want a 6 column to be utilized for this field. And justify content center. This is again a class from the Bootstrap, and the row and the container we need to add. So this is a fundamental of the Bootstrap. You need to have one container, and inside a container you can have a row, and the row has a columns. So the picture I was showing, that basically represents a column. Columns represents the uh, number of blocks in which you can divide, or vertical blocks in which you can divide your screen. So similarly, I have added another class which is card body for my another input, and let's see how it looks. So now I can see it has centered my calendar input element, and there is a card design you can see is added to this division. With previously it was just a plain division, but now I can see it has added a border which is coming from the bootstrap. And if I just do resizing, you can see this is where the responsiveness is coming into picture. uh, it is adapting or reactive screen size available. So yes, I this was like the demonstration that you can so you can add the classes to your HTML Bootstrap classes, and it will reflect it on your UI. And whenever you will do a resize of the window, resize of your browser, you can see the changes happening. Now I want to show you one more additional thing. So this is the Bootstrap grid system, and as you can see, there are 12 vertical columns, and this is what Bootstrap follows. The fundamental building block of the Bootstrap is on the this column. So each row has this column, and that's why we provided class row. Row going to have the multiple columns, and you can specify how you want that column to be visible on multiple screens. So here, the entire vertical, so the entire horizontal space was one row, and then we added classes of the columns, and we specified the 6 columns is what we wanted to use. Now going to a code. I want to demonstrate one more additional thing. I want to show you how you can add a multiple columns into it and how they will be responsive depending on the screen size. So Strap has a classes for identifying which screen size the current resolution fall, and that's where you can see the syntax call SM3, which means on the smaller screens use a 3 columns, call LG6, which means on the larger screens use a 6 column for this division. And to know more about what is the resolution or how this LGSM derived, what is the screen size, you can go to Bootstrap document and you can find it. So I'll just replicate that. I just want to show you by creating some boxes, some division boxes, and want to show you how they adapt to the change in the resolution. So I have like added section 1, 2, 3, 4, these different color boxes, and now I'm on a larger screen. If I just reduce the size, now I'm on a smaller screen. You can see that it has changed the layout. Previously it was on the 2 rows, uh, like it was aligned vertically, but if I have reduced the size, now it is just 4 columns in a straight. And this is what like grading system is coming here, and it's acting. And the classes we specify depends on the how much space to use, so we have to be careful about it. The total sum of the columns that we are giving in the row, it should be 12. If you are giving something, this sum is not to 12, then it will not work or it will misbehave. And yeah, so you can add any classes for the depending on the screen resolution. You can specify how much column you want.